Hello again, everybody. It is Dirk. It is Sunday. It is spectacularly beautiful outside today. Nice bright sun. It's about, I don't know, what does the truck say? It's 66 degrees in Chicago. Joliet to be more specific. And we are heading to the exit gate at GP Transco headquarters in Joliet as I start my week. My week is Sunday through Thursday, and then off on Friday and Saturday. And I do primarily regional kind of stuff, and which is kind of a new thing for GP. GP's always been an over-the-road company, 2 to 3 weeks out, 2 to 3 days home, all over the country. And they just started doing this little thing. I'm one of the test guinea pigs. Just a small handful of drivers to see about doing a little bit of regional stuff with weekly home time. And so I am one of the test pilot drivers in this whole thing, I guess. Which is very cool, because I always thought, gosh, I'd love to drive for these guys, but I don't necessarily want to do over the road. I have other stuff going on in my life, and weekly home time is important to me. So it's nice that it worked out this way. So now I'm going to roll up this window so that it isn't quite as noisy. I thought I was going to have to swipe card my way out, but the security gate was nice. Security guard was nice enough to open the gate. So that was very nice of them. So anyway, we are heading out. We are going to, we're empty right now. I just took an empty trailer, and we're gonna head on down to Shelbyville, Illinois, which is about 3.5 to 4 hours to directly south on I-55, if you want to know. We are picking up what I assume to be a live load. I'm not 100% on that, but I'm assuming it's a live load. We're picking that up, and we're going to be running that to Tennessee. Exactly where in Tennessee, I don't recall. I know it's around the Clarksville area. Well, look at that, Clarksville. It is in Clarksville. Wasn't that like a Monkees song? Last Train to Clarksville, or am I getting the town wrong? Something that sounded similar. Anyway, I think it was Last Train to Clarksville. Yeah, I'm showing my age again. The Monkees. There you go. I just remember my sister was in love with, I can't remember which one, whether it was Davy Jones or Michael Nesbitt, one of the two. When she was little, she was in love with him. Anyway, him and David Cassidy. So any females out there of my age that might be watching this, I'm sure you remember the Monkees, and I'm sure you remember David Cassidy, the heartthrobs for all the girls at the time. Anyway, I digress. So we are snaking our way out of here. They built their headquarters in this very, very new development that is still being under construction, and extra trailer lease moved in, Cassidy Tires in here, and I'm sure there's going to be quite a few other big companies coming in here. But for now, it's nice and peaceful for us. Yeah, so anyway, that's where we're at. I'm about to head out, and more later. Yeah, so right about now I'm wondering, why is it that every single time I have to do more than like an hour or so, a short drive with an empty trailer? Like today, I've got to do like a 3 to 4 hour drive with an empty trailer. And why is it that anytime I have to do a little bit of a longer deadhead with an empty, that it is always windy as hell? For those of you who don't drive, the time that you do not want an empty trailer hooked up onto you is when it's super windy out there, because wind gusts blow your trailer around like a sail on a sailing ship. And if there's no weight in that box, it just blows you all over the road. So I'm going in a 70 mile per hour speed limit zone. I'm doing 63, and that's plenty fast considering the blast of side winds I keep getting. I do not want to be the dude that's tipped over in the ditch. I am not going to be that guy as if I can help it. And hopefully I'm not jinxing myself saying that, but I'm doing everything in my power not to be that person that is tipped over by Mother Nature. Anyway, unusual day because, as I had mentioned earlier, this whole regional undertaking is kind of a new thing for these guys, and since I'm starting my week on Sunday, that means that the choices for available loads are quite a bit less. There are a lot fewer loads that originate and start on a Sunday because the cargo industry is mostly a Monday through Friday kind of deal. And if you do have freight moving over the weekend, it's like, you get it before the weekend and you carry it through the weekend. So offloading and unloading on Friday and Saturday in the dry van business is not that typical. It's very typical and very common in reefer, but not so much in dry van. Because of course reefer, they're moving food products and pharmaceuticals and stuff like that, but it's mostly the food products that it's Monday through Sunday. And any time of the day, Monday through Sunday. So a Saturday and Sunday, they're exactly the same as a Monday or a Tuesday when you pull reefer pulling food. Not the case in dry vans. So that is why I'm heading down from Joliet to Shelbyville, Illinois to pick up a load that's going to Tennessee. And because not only that, it's also an 8 p.m. pickup. So 8 p.m. on Sunday pickup, which is really weird. So a good part of that is that I got to spend part of my Sunday at home as well. So I had a little extra time at home that I wasn't planning on. Bad side is that I started my day at 4 p.m. So you do the math. I'm going to be driving through the night. So I'm going to pick this up at 8 p.m. hopefully not be there too terribly long. And I figured, it's not that far of a run, so I'm just going to drive as far as I can get while still keeping my eyeballs open. And anywhere from somewhere between 2 and 4 a.m. Shut it down and be somewhat close to Clarksville. The load does not deliver until tomorrow, and the window is the entire day tomorrow, so it really it's wide open whenever I get there, basically, which is nice. So I'm not under the gun in any way, but I do want to knock the miles out. And what's going through my head right now, which for new drivers it will be going through your head as well once you're out on your own in a solo truck, in terms of managing your hours. There is always that equation that you're working on in your brain that, okay, well, I want to maximize my drivable hours to maximize my paycheck. The other part of that equation is that I also want to right myself to be driving during the day and not driving during the night, because I am a bit of a solar powered trucker. I like driving in the daytime. I don't like driving at night. Night driving is something that a lot of people love, and that's great. And there are things about it that I do love as well, but the dangers of the decreased visibility and increased animal activity at night, I just as soon drive during the day. So anyway, that's part of that quandary that I'm in. It's like, okay, well, I want to knock a lot of miles out, but I also kind of want to shut down, even if it means, costing myself some usable hours, just to try and right my clock a little bit and get me more on a day schedule. So I haven't determined exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to play it by ear since my delivery appointment is so wide open. I'm just going to see how I feel when I'm driving tonight, and just kind of make a off-the-cuff call, which is not typical of me. Usually I plan everything to the second. That's just kind of my nature. I kind of get that from Dad. Dad was the kind of guy that even when we went on family road trips, family vacations, the man, I kid you not, would sit down at a typewriter and type out the itinerary of every day of our road trip vacation. I am not joking. Every single stop, every single Holiday Inn or Ramada or what have you, everything laid out like a business plan on typewritten paper. So in that respect, I am a bit of my father's son. I did inherit that anal retentiveness of planning, but it serves me well. So there you go. Thank you, Dad. I appreciate that lesson. Anyway, more later. Yeah, so holy crap, this wind. It has gotten even stronger. We are now down to 60 miles per hour, and I'm contemplating going even slower than that. I just had a blast not too long ago that while my tractor was completely centered in the lane, my trailer was just about over on the rumble strip. Yeah, that's not fun when you're doing 63 miles per hour and you see your trailer over in that passenger mirror kicking sideways that far. Pretty normal on a very, very windy day when you're empty to see it, you know, flapping around a little bit. You'll see it move maybe a foot or so laterally. But like right now I'm watching it, and yeah, she's blowing around pretty good. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that in the mirror. I hope you can. But yeah, days like these, I tell you, it's a struggle to keep all of your combination vehicle, all 72 feet of her, in your lane. And yeah, wow. So that is something that you need to learn real quick. You got to respect the wind. Two things I've said before, the only two things in driving a truck that frighten me enough to really take it easy and respect them are wind and ice. You do not want to mess around with either. And if they're in combination and both are bad, that's when you shut down. Don't mess with it, because that's how you get yourself into big trouble. Anyway, yeah, I just thought it was pretty remarkable how my trailer was blowing around. So we are now slowing down. We are now at 60. And yeah, and I also recall another thing about the family road trips that was kind of fun, is that I spent most of the time at a pretty young age, actually. Dad had me up in the front passenger seat, and I was the map reader. So I was the navigator, always. And I'm really thankful for that, too, because in doing that, my dad kind of set it up like it was fun, you know. It was like I was his co-pilot, you know. Who doesn't want to be his dad's co-pilot when you're a kid, you know? And, I couldn't drive the car, but I could be his first officer, and I could be his map reader, his navigator. So very, very grateful for having had that as an experience as well, because to this day, I love maps. Cartography is something that fascinates me. It always has my entire life. And I'm very good at spatial perception from maps. And of course, that's tremendously helpful in this business as well. So again, kudos to Dad. You're the best, Dad. Love you dearly. So just another little tidbit here as I'm driving along. Now you think this is, just flat Illinois and there's really nothing special, no history, no nothing, just a flat highway going through cornfields. And you would be partially correct. However, off on our left, I feel like a tour bus all of a sudden. Anyway, off to our left, hopefully you'll be able to see it in the wide angle, that you see that string of telephone poles? Well, there's a little fence there. Well, there's a little road right there, a little paved blacktop road. And for long stretches of I-55 in Illinois, that little blacktop roadway runs kind of right alongside I-55. And what that roadway is Route 66. It is the original roadway of the legendary Route 66. They even wrote songs about it, wrote poems about it. It was steeped in all sorts of folklore of the traveling public of the day. So yeah, Route 66, portions of it still alive and well and kicking and being used every day by local traffic there. Kind of cool. So I'm reminded of a little thing, a little tidbit for some of the new drivers or drivers to be, people who are thinking about doing it. Since it's a windy day, it just jumped into my mind that anytime you're driving on a day that's been pretty windy, pay attention to when you start seeing those wind turbines. Now, I don't know how well you can see them out ahead of us, to a little bit to the right, but there's an entire wind farm over there. That's a hell of a lot of money. Those things cost a small fortune to not only deliver, erect, and install, but to maintain. That's an enormous amount of money that goes into those wind turbines. That being said, they don't just put them anywhere. They don't just kind of throw a dart at a map and go, okay, let's invest hundreds of millions of dollars into this spot. No, it's a lot more scientific. What they do is they try to find the places where the land topography is configured in such a way that they have very consistent, strong wind flow through that particular area. And when they find those places and they find available land or farmers, what have you, that'll allow them to erect the things, that's where they put them. So I bring that up to your attention just because if it has been a windy day and you start seeing a wind farm like that, you need to be on extra alert. Because again, they don't put them there just for any old reason. They put them there because that's where consistently the strongest winds are found. And with the strongest winds, oftentimes come the strongest wind gusts. So if there's any spot where you can potentially find yourself getting in trouble as far as wind is concerned, it's when you're near those big guys and they're spinning at a pretty good clip. So just wanted to let you know that. We are continuing on our little journey. We are on US 51. Just went through the tiny little town of Clinton, Illinois, and making our way down towards Decatur and towards Shelbyville. And Shelbyville is where our pickup is. So anyway, just wanted to impart that little tidbit for any of the new folks out there. Well, we are still on US 51 heading south in the waning hours of daylight. It will be dark very soon. The sun is setting rather beautifully off to my right. And yeah, I just noticed a love-hate relationship. Bugs on the windshield. That's right. It's 67 degrees outside, even at sundown. Grass is starting to green up, and there are splatter bugs all over the windshield. I love it. That means that warm weather is absolutely on its way, and I hate it because it means bugs constantly on the windshield. Welcome to trucking. Okay, well, we are here. We are at our shipper. I am heading to my door 24. Should be the last door on this end, she said. And no idea if I can capture any of anything in the dark, but I'm going to try, and if it works, I'll keep the footage, and if not, I won't. Kind of simple. Oh, look, I got a nice big turnaround spot. Oh, that's nice. So which one of these guys is 24? And of course, the numbers are so small, you can't see shit. There it is, 22, 23, 24. Got it. All right, so on the far side of Schneider. So let's do this. I am going to use every single bit of available room. If it's there, use it. That's my motto. We're gonna swing around here and pop ourselves into this door. Oh, let's do a 45, shall we? Why not? Well, I don't know. I might not have... No, I'm not going to have the room because of the way they got these trailers, but that's all right. We'll do a modified 45. Close enough. Works for me. Here we go. Let's see if the backing gods are with me tonight. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. It's just the way it goes. Oh, looks like I'm swinging around pretty good. Oh, let's tighten that up a little. Now we'll straighten her out. Oh, I'm on the wrong line. All right, here we go. Let's get ourselves on the appropriate line, shall we? I was aiming my tandems for the line that Schneider's on. Can't do that. Schneider's on it. All right, here we go. Let's get that rectified. Come on, little tandems, go to that other line. And of course, the concrete sloped. No biggie. We'll get there. There we are. Okay, now I'm gonna have to slide my tandems, so I'm not gonna get all fancy just yet. I just want to kind of get myself in the right general area. And where are we here? Every single dock is different. They all line up a little different. What am I aiming at here? Can't tell yet. Of course, being that it's dark, that doesn't help. Oh, the brake lights are helping a little. Oh, there we go. They're just really worn, those little lines. And let's stop right about here and slide our tandems. Some people slide them before they go into the spot. Some people slide them after. Makes no difference, whatever. I generally tend to get myself into the spot, especially if it's tight quarters. I'll wait until, if I can, I'm in kind of the slot lane of the dock before I slide them. But some places make you slide them on entry. So anyway, back in a second. All right, I'm back. Pulled the little air release for the tandem sliding. And I also noticed, thankfully, this is a nice wide lane that you can open the doors, because I'm still not used to swing doors. Most of the trailers I always pulled at Walmart, actually all of the Walmart trailers that I pulled, which is most of the trailers I've pulled since I started trucking, are roller doors. So I'm not used to, I constantly forget that I got to get out and open these damn doors before I back in. Anyway, no harm, no foul here. I was able to get them open. And let's get our tandem slid. And gentle. I hate hearing people bash tandems. There's no reason for that. Just wears and damages the equipment. It's just stupid. I see people do it all the time, and I'm like, why? Why don't you just take your time a little bit, you know? Anyway, that's just me. All right, I want to make sure they're locked. They are locked, clicky. Now, if we were driving on the road I would go out physically look at those pins and make sure that they are all the way engaged. But since we are not, we are just backing up onto a dock. I'm going to go ahead and take that loud clanking sound of pins setting as being good enough that they are secure for the purpose of backing onto the dock door. But again, I would always go out and check those pins before I actually started driving on a road. And I see a lot of people with these air release type of tandems not check them, and that bothers me. Because 99.999%, they're locked in, but there's always that small chance that they're not. So just, it doesn't kill you. Get out of the truck and, you can stretch your legs. You need to. It's good for you. Get out and take a peek at it. Anyway, I'll stop preaching now. We are successfully docked. I'm going to take a nap while they load me. More later.